Hey guys, I thought I would do a WrestleMania 31 predictions video just before WrestleMania. We're very, very close. I'm probably going to be uploading this on this Saturday. WrestleMania is early Monday morning here in the UK, starting at about 1 AM. So I'll be staying up all through Sunday night. Early morning on Monday, I'll be watching WrestleMania live on the WWE network for only $9.99. And then I'll be cancelling my subscription pretty much straight after WrestleMania because the network is pretty shit from what I've witnessed so far. It's really, I don't like the layout, I don't like the way you have to search for stuff, it's really, whatever. Anyway, so this is going to be a predictions video. We'll go through the two pre-show matches, which are the tag team, the four-way tag team match and the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which has been taken off the main card, the main WrestleMania event, and put onto the pre-show, and I think for a very significant reason, because I think that will then lead to another match being incorporated into WrestleMania itself. So I'll touch on that in a minute. But we'll get to the predictions very quickly. So first off, let me just say, I think the reason that they've switched that match is because the winner of that match is going to be Damien Sandow. So I think that is going to lead into Miz versus Mizdow at WrestleMania. So we'll have, let's just say Mizdow wins the match, and then after it something happens like Miz takes the trophy and says it's his trophy because Mizdow is his assistant and says that it was him who actually deserves the trophy, and he takes the trophy off Mizdow. Mizdow then finally snaps, kicks his ass, and that leads to a match between those two being put on the WrestleMania card, which will be awesome. So that's what I'm hoping for, and that's what I think will happen. In the tag team match, I really don't care what's going to happen. I'll be giving you my hopes for the matches and what I actually think will happen. So let me just be honest with the tag team match, I really couldn't care less. I honestly think the Usos are going to come out and win it. Rikishi will be there and they'll celebrate together and have a big family party and it'll all be wonderful. But I really couldn't care about tag team wrestling anymore. It's just, there's no good tag teams, I don't get what they're doing with the tag team stuff lately. It's just boring. They had a really good chance to have there's lots of things they could have done recently that they've just wasted, and you've got, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro as champions, and the Usos are the only legitimate tag team out there, I think. Other than them, I don't see any other legitimate tag teams, and it's a shame because tag team matches and the tag team titles can be a lot of fun, especially when you look back to Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys, the Dudleys, all the crazy tag teams that we've had in the past and the crazy tag team matches we've had in the past. Such a shame to see it being reduced to what it is now. But anyway, that's the two pre-show predictions out the way. Let's get on to the main card itself, and if I forget anything, just let me know. I've not got anything in front of me right now, so I'm just going off of memory. Let's start with the divas, because they're certainly not female wrestlers, because the only female wrestlers we've got are on NXT these days, because for some reason they don't want them wrestling on the main shows Raw and SmackDown, which is a shame because a lot of the female wrestling that's going on in NXT is some of the best wrestling, period, and I'm talking about men or women that I've seen in a long time. The NXT pay-per-view, I can't remember what the name was, just the other month there, had an amazing women's match on it, and it was like the best of the whole card, I thought. But I honestly see, there's been some rumours that the Bella Twins are both leaving to do stuff with movies and that, so if that's going to happen, I see AJ and Paige winning this, and then maybe coming out on Raw the next day, talking about how it was, AJ will come out and say it was because of her that they won, or Paige will come out and say, well, actually it was because of me, and then they'll start feuding again or something. I don't know. Or maybe they won't do that. That might not happen, actually. Maybe they'll keep the Bellas around for a little bit longer, but I hope and I think that AJ Lee and Paige are going to win. So that's that prediction out the way. Quick one for that, because really not too bothered about that. What else have we got? We've got the Intercontinental title match with Daniel Bryan. Oh, I know you guys love Daniel Bryan so much. Let me just take a little drink. But I couldn't give two shits about Daniel Bryan. I'm so bored of him. He's so unimpressive. His matches are always the same. People give Cena shit about the 5 moves of doom in this. Every match I watch with Daniel Bryan is the exact same. It's boring. His kicks don't even look impressive. You know, he just does the same crap over and over again. He gets all this extra treatment from the fans, special treatment, like they act like they know what's going on in the back because I've read a few pages on Reddit, you know, and they think, oh, he's the hardest working guy in the locker room. How the fuck do you guys know that? How does anyone know that? Nobody's in the back with them. You don't know what goes on in the dressing room. You don't see them train. You don't see the other wrestlers. How do you know R-Truth isn't in the back working 10 times harder than him? How do you know, anyone in the back, Stardust, Luke Harper, Ambrose, anyone in the back is not working harder than him. Dolph Ziggler, it's like he gets all this special treatment, and it's boring. He's not interesting. He's a good mid-carder, but I don't see him, when Brock Lesnar comes into the arena, when Triple H comes into the arena, when all these superstars, The Rock, come into the arena, you feel something, you feel that energy, you feel that presence, that they impose it on you. You don't get that with Bryan. You just get a stupid little yes thing that's just so overplayed, and I'm sorry, I know you guys probably, because everyone else fucking loves Daniel Bryan, but I couldn't give a shit about him. But my prediction is that he is going to win this Intercontinental title match. Who would I like to see win it? I would love to see Dolph Ziggler win it, or Dean Ambrose. I think Dean Ambrose could really use a huge push, and I think he would. I want them to make it. The Intercontinental title, it used to be a belt that you were kind of respected for holding, and these days it's just like it's another one of those little straps that you put over your shoulder. That's not the main one, it's not the main WWE title, and it's just like mixed in with the rest of them. I would really love them to make it legitimate again. Really would love to see a really good champion having a long run with that belt, having some great matches with it, and I think Dolph Ziggler would be great for that, but I also think Dean Ambrose is the best guy for the job. I think Dean Ambrose would really, really make that belt, I think he would just make it special again. So I would hope that Dolph Ziggler or Dean Ambrose win, but I'm going to pick Daniel Bryan because they're going to throw the fans a little yes chant. They're going to throw them their little happy moment because they're probably going to fucking piss them off with some of the other shit they do in the show, with Roman Reigns and stuff. So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen in that match. What else do we have? We have Randy Orton and Seth Rollins. Ooh, that's a tough one. But I'm pretty sure that Seth Rollins is going to win. Now, I really like both of these superstars. I would love to see Seth Rollins win, and I think he will win. But I would love to see him win because I think he's at a really crucial point in his career where he needs to get these big wins under him to legitimize him for the future, to make him, a future Randy Orton or a future Triple H, a future superstar, not just one of the young guns. He needs these big wins at WrestleMania and at SummerSlam and all this kind of stuff. So I really hope he wins, but I hope he does it in a way where it looks like Randy Orton should have won, so that it gives both guys, it doesn't make Randy look like he's lost, but it also gives Seth Rollins a win, if you know what I mean. So I would love to see that happen. Maybe J&J Security get involved. You know how crazy those little mice can be. But yeah, I'm pretty confident that's going to happen. Seth Rollins has got to win that one. I can't see them making him lose, not at Mania. So that's. What else have we got? We've got Triple H and Sting. By the way, these matches are in no particular order. It's just the first ones that are coming into my head. Triple H and Sting. 100% Sting is going to win, and 100%, even though I'm a huge Triple H fan, I'm 100% happy for Sting to win as well. There's no way he's going to come to WWE and have his first ever match in WWE at WrestleMania be a loss. You know, there's no way that is going to happen. He's not going to win and make Triple H look like a piece of shit. Triple H is going to look fucking awesome in the match, probably, and so will Sting. I think it will be a really grueling back and forth battle, and I think Sting will eventually come out on top, and yeah, but then he might get like a beatdown from the Authority after the match or something, after he's beaten Triple H one-on-one. Something like that might happen, and that might lead into Sting making more appearances. But I do remember an interview not that long ago, I think it was actually on IGN, funnily enough, where Sting came on IGN, I think, and I definitely saw this in an interview, but he said that he only wanted to come back for one match, and he wanted it to be Undertaker, but if that couldn't happen, Triple H was the likely guy. And so I'm hoping that's not the truth, and I'm hoping it's not just one match. I hope he does stay on Raw and he makes more appearances, because some of the stuff he's been doing on the mic lately, since they've started to let him speak, has been pretty cool. You know, that little segment with Stephanie McMahon, that was awesome. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, so Sting to win, and really happy for Sting to win. What else have we got? I've got a feeling I'm trying to put off Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns till the end, because I've got a feeling there's a match I've missed out. So what have we done? We've done the two pre-show matches. We've done the Divas match. We've done Seth Rollins. We've done the Intercontinental title match. We've done Sting and Triple H. Oh, I'm sure there's something that I'm missing here. Well, let's just go into the main one, then I'll check it online very quickly. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. First of all, let me just say two things. I want to make 2 points. One about Lesnar and one about Reigns. Let me have another drink. Lesnar gets a lot of shit for being this guy who doesn't care. He's only in it for the money. He doesn't care about the business and all this kind of crap. So let me just say this. First of all, it's his job, one. He's there for everything in his contract. You know, he doesn't not show up. He's there. He does his job. Not all of you guys go to a job that you don't like. Not all of you guys go to a job that you really like. I'm sure a lot of you go to a job that you don't like. So why don't you guys just stop going to that? Because you're not in it. You're only in it for the money. You know, so why should he get a lot of shit for being only in it for the money? And how do you know that he is only in it for the money? Just because what a few internet people have said, like Jim Cornette and stuff? I mean, you don't know anything about him. You've never met him. You've never spoke to him backstage or anything. That's just, it seems to be well known from people who none of you guys have ever met, you know, and you've never spoke to. So I think it's pretty unfair to say that, and I think what you've got to say about Brock Lesnar is, one, his wrestling is 100% spot on. He plays his role perfectly, but not only that, his whole entire performance, yeah, he doesn't even need to speak, just his presence, his body language, his physique, the way he puts so much emotion, so much ferocity into his performance, the way he just comes out looking red, dripping with sweat, when he just bursts out when his music plays, when he like pumped up, when he looks like he's just bouncing up and down his feet, like pacing back and forward, with Paul Heyman's walking to the ring, I'm the 1 and 21 and 1, you know, and Brock Lesnar's just behind him looking pissed off. He just plays that role so well. His whole performance, he puts everything into his performance. That is something that you cannot deny, and he deserves all the respect in the world for that. Roman Reigns, he's getting a lot. First of all, not the Royal Rumble that just happened, but the one before that, everyone were like bitching that Batista won instead of Roman Reigns, and now everyone's bitching that Reigns has actually won it because Daniel Bryan didn't get to win it. Fuck Daniel Bryan, he's fucking boring. Roman Reigns he's not the greatest guy on the mic, you know. He's not. He's nothing special on the mic. I'm sure he can improve. Hopefully he will do. If he's definitely the guy that they want to make their face for the company. But he's really exciting in the ring. He's got a really good look. He's definitely looks badass. I mean, I don't get why he's getting so much shit. He didn't ask to take Daniel Bryan's place. You know, it's not like he's went up to and he's the one who screwed Daniel Bryan out of it. If it's because you're mad about them screwing Daniel Bryan, be mad at the WWE. Don't be mad at Reigns. Reigns is just doing his job. He's been there trying to achieve his goals, trying to do what Daniel Bryan's been doing. He's been working hard trying to do the same thing Daniel Bryan's been wanting to do, and you should be happy for him that he's got it. He looks the part. Now, on to the prediction for the match. With Brock Lesnar re-signing with the WWE, that completely shakes up what could happen. This is what I would love to happen. Now, I'm the biggest Lesnar fan in the world, but I would love it if this happened. I would love it if Lesnar was beating him down after a fucking half an hour match, grueling. They were both really even, and Lesnar was finally getting on top of him, finally getting to the point where it looked like Lesnar was going to win, and then Paul Heyman turned on Lesnar and did something, and then Roman Reigns super punches him and then spears him and then wins the match, and then Lesnar's lying there in a heap, and Paul Heyman raises Roman Reigns' hand and just smiles and says something along the lines of, "This is the future, this is the new beast incarnate, Lesnar is the past," something like that, and Reigns just gets booed the shit out of by the crowd, and he just looks up at them and just gives a little Samoan smirk. To say, you know what, fuck you, I don't give a shit, I'm the champion, fucking deal with it. I would splash my load all over the TV if that happened. But it's not going to happen. That's just a dream. I think Lesnar's going to win. Now that he's re-signed, I think they're going to make Roman Reigns look awesome in the match. They're going to make him look super strong. They're going to make him look like he is the future, but the future is just a little bit not there yet. I think that's what they're going to do. Or I think it might be something to do with this could happen. There's so many ways this match could go. That's why it's so interesting. They could do something like Roman Reigns has beat the shit out of Lesnar, and after a match, going back and forward, and it looks like Roman Reigns is finally about to win, and then Rollins' music hits, and Rollins comes down and interrupts the match before Reigns or Lesnar have even won, and Rollins picks them both off, and Rollins steals the title. That way, Reigns doesn't lose at WrestleMania. And also Lesnar doesn't lose at WrestleMania. Basically, they beat the shit out of each other, and Seth comes down and picks them off, and one by one, J&J Security could come in and beat the shit out of everyone as well, and help them with the authority, and then Seth steals the title from them, and then the next night on Raw, it's Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, both mad as hell, looking for Seth Rollins. That's what I think is a big likelihood of happening, and if not, I see only one way going, Lesnar winning. But yep, that's pretty much all my predictions. Let me just double check. I've got a feeling that I've missed out one match. Let's just say the Mizdow and Miz match does happen the way I said, like Mizdow wins that Andre the Giant match, and then Miz takes the trophy and says it's his, blah blah blah, they get in a fight and then they get put on Mania. I would then say that Mizdow will beat Miz at Mania, and Mizdow will have his WrestleMania moment, and then he'll get a huge push the next night on Raw, following on for the rest of that year, hopefully, because he really fucking deserves that. But let me just have a quick check here and see on my laptop if I could find the full WrestleMania card. WrestleMania full match card. Okay, let me just check. Oh yeah, that I knew I forgot a match. John Cena and Rusev. So I forgot John Cena and Rusev. I've got to predict that one. We've got Brock Lesnar, Triple H, John Cena, Seth Rollins, Undertaker. Oh, and Undertaker and Bray Wyatt. That was the one that I can't believe I forgot that. Okay, so Undertaker and Bray Wyatt. This is the actually let's do that one last, because John Cena and Rusev is the one I think I'm pretty confident on. I see Cena winning that and breaking the Rusev streak, because I think for Rusev to go forward, he really needs to lose this whole kind of undefeated thing and get that past him so that he can be vulnerable to lose to certain people, because unless it's like, there's no shame in losing to John Cena, 15-time world champion at WrestleMania. That won't hurt Rusev to lose to him at WrestleMania, and I'm sure Cena can make him look great during the match as well. But I think Cena's going to win that. And what I would like to see happen, if I could choose, is I'd pretty much like to see that happen anyway. I'd like to see Cena win that. That's what I think will happen. Now, finally, on to Undertaker and Bray Wyatt. Oh my god, I'm so undecided on this. This is the one match that I really cannot predict, because if it was before last WrestleMania, I would have told you they're never going to let Undertaker lose. But now that he has lost, losing a second time, I mean, it's like not... I mean, they've already done it to him, so it's not like they won't do it again, And Bray Wyatt has been getting... He's been getting these weird pushes where he's been getting pushed and pushed and pushed. Then when he finally gets to these pay-per-view events, he loses the big fights. And, with Cena and everyone, I think Jericho was the only one that he really came out on top of. But he's been getting pushed and pushed and then held back and then pushed and pushed, held back. And I think now they're really starting to push him really well. And I can't see why they would push him really, really well, make him talk the talk all the time, and then keep losing. It takes away from that the next time he does put on one of those good speeches and on the mic and stuff. It makes him sound a bit like he's talking bullshit if he goes and does it again. If they keep making him lose after it, if he does it after beating Undertaker, he's got so much credibility behind him the next time he does do it. So on that side, I can see him winning, but I just there's that thing in me that just says that there's no way they can do that to Taker, make him lose 2 in a row, unless one thing is what they plan, unless what they plan is to make Undertaker lose. I heard, was it Jim Cornette or someone on a podcast recently was saying that I think the next WrestleMania after this is in Undertaker's home state or town, whatever it is in America. I think it's Dallas. The next, not this one, but the next one is there. So what they could do is make him lose 2 in a row, and then it's like he's going to come back for a final WrestleMania. And it's like, can he, before he goes out, before he retires, before he leaves the company, can he finally win that last match? And they can maybe make Undertaker versus Sting, and then maybe Sting would put Undertaker over for his final match or something. That would be great. Or maybe they could have a year of Bray Wyatt just tormenting everyone, and make Bray Wyatt finally get the title like halfway throughout the year and become champion and tormenting everyone in the back and destroying people. And then the next WrestleMania, it finally gets to the point where Undertaker's starting to show signals that he's coming back, like smoke and lightning strikes and stuff, and then he returns and he wins the title, and then he retires as the champion. I think that he's the only person they would ever let retire as the champion, but it would be a great way to show a lot of respect to him, to let him come back, take the title off Bray, and retire as the champion at WrestleMania. That would be awesome. But my prediction for this match is that I would like to see... Oh god, I don't know what I would like to see, because I'm a huge fan of both, but I don't like to see Undertaker lose at WrestleMania. I breaks my heart. So I would love to see Undertaker just win, but then everything that I've just said wouldn't be able to happen if that did if he did win. So yeah, I'm gonna say Bray Wyatt wins. That's my prediction, but I think Undertaker will win. So thanks for listening to my predictions for WrestleMania. I hope you all enjoy the card. I hope you all stay up and watch it here in the UK live on the WWE Network for only $9.99, like I will be. And yeah, let's hope it's a good one this year. Thanks for listening, guys.